Sam Dexter here from Glasgow Underground, and we're at London's legendary Fabric nightclub for a night of real deep house. We've got New York Mood to Swing, Chris Stussy, Djoko, Prunk, as well as Fabric residents Tommy Vercetti and Jaden Thompson. Still early, but it's really busy, so we better get inside to see what's going on.
Yes, I've been a resident since June. Got announced in like April, May time, but first gig was in July, August, I think. Maybe a bit later actually, yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going really well, thank you, yeah. Loving it here. I mean, it's a dream place to play, legendary club. Can't really beat it, to be honest. That's partly true. I mean, like, social media is a big factor in any producer's success, DJ success nowadays. It's not really a great thing, to be honest, because it should be all about the music, right? Yeah. That's what it should all be about. But it's social media has a lot to say, like hype as well, hype. Yes, I actually used to be in the garage, just set up in the garage, but it got too cold up there, so I put it back in the house now. I use Ableton, I use Machine as well, inside of Ableton. Plugin wise, like sub-boom bass is sick for bass lines. What happened? Yeah, that one. Got like 303 emulator, but I don't really have much hardware stuff, to be honest. Most times I like to come up with the idea in my head, and then go into the studio with that idea. It doesn't really work when I just want to force the idea, you know what I mean? So, well, I just had a release on Piv, and it's kind of deep house. It was classed as minimal on beatport, but I guess it's between deep house and minimal. I play a lot of this stuff actually, so I'm really into it. I would say I'm kind of more tech than deep, but I'm into both stuff for sure. Yeah, I'd say especially for like the younger guys out there, like when I was starting out, I kind of rushed into a lot of stuff. Kind of like just get stuff done, try to release stuff quickly as possible. But I'd say definitely take your time with your craft, learn your craft, and when it's ready, then release it. And make sure you got a lot of backup as well.
Gotta get what you want, gotta get what you need.
Man, it was a bit overwhelming at first, but as soon as you played like 2 or 3 tracks, you get into the groove, and then it all flies away. Obviously, like my very first time in Fabric, not even, I haven't even partied here or something before, so yeah, I only know it from the internet so far. Well, I produce with what I would feel works, you know, so it's not particularly a moment of myself, imagining myself on the dance floor or something and, you know, thinking this could work or not, so. It all starts with a groove that I would like to groove to. No artist that you're gonna ask wants to like set himself into one direction and all that stuff. So whenever it highly depends on what I've listened to before. So if there was like a really cool warm-up track or something that I've listened to on SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever, I want to create the same feeling that I get from it, you know, so it doesn't really matter if it's a slower deep house track or a tech house track or whatever sparks the imagination, I try to recreate. So the Diva is an awesome plugin, but yeah, like as much as, or the more I'm progressing with producing and stuff, the less I use. Like the less plugins I use. Like when I started out, I was just, you know, downloading every fucking plugin on this earth, you know, just because if you use plugins, it's gotta be good, you know. But I got away from that mindset and just trying to use like everything Ableton has to offer, and there's so much which I've not experienced yet.
Every little thing you need, keep it all for yourself, my love, cause it really don't matter to me.
So literally got in there, there's like literally 2 or 3 people started walking in. I was like, yeah, I love just getting a room, starting from there and trying to build it up. But the decks are so high that you couldn't actually see the dance floor. So like half an hour's gone in and hour's gone in, and I'm like, oh shit, fuck, there's a lot of people in here. I'm like, well, maybe I should start bringing it up a little bit, and the vibe just got really good, and it got so hot in there. Like, I was just like, Jesus Christ, I was like, are you hot, are you hot? I was like, yeah, but it got so good in there and just started building the vibe up. It's cool to play with like a bit more housey stuff, because I think main room's like, you know, probably a bit more serious, you know, with like the bigger headliners on. So we sort of get away with playing just a bit more just a bit more housey, a bit more loose, and get away with a bit of everything, really. But it's actually quite lucky because with the production lessons, when people come in, we start a track from start to finish. So 9 times out of 10, I just use the tracks that I make. But yeah, it is quite hard. So you know, I get to the studio at 9 in the morning. Maybe the lessons at 12 till 5. I don't leave till 2 AM and then I'm back in. So it's like really long hour days, and you know, it's like try and get to sleep at night, and I'm just like headspace in my head. It's pretty crazy. My dad was a DJ, like doing house music, but then, you know, when he had me and my brother, we started doing weddings, so I'd go along and he's playing like Motown, and soul, and all this great music like reggae. And I just used to go with him, and I started DJing all these, like, you know, weddings, and they're like, who's this young lad playing? And I'm like 12, playing like Motown and reggae, and still to this day, that's my favourite music. And I run parties, like Motown parties and Northern Soul parties in Birmingham. But yeah, that's for another question. Just literally realise it is an everyday thing. You've got to be putting every hour into it. But also, don't beat yourself up, you know, and compare yourself to others. I think, you know, I still do it from time to time, like, you know, why am I not where this guy is? Everyone's on their own path, and I think patience is the biggest thing you've got to have.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Essential.
Yeah.
It's essential.
Very important.
And you know, I think we're in an age now where if you're not bang on it, you know, it can restrict you in certain things with certain things, and you know, it broadens your audience. So I think it's definitely something that, you know, a lot of people need to focus on.
Before I was a DJ, like I never planned to be one. So at first I was looking, I want to be a pro footballer and stuff like this. But when I started to do both, my mom said to me, like, you cannot bet on 2 horses. So at some point when I was like, I think 17, 16, I had to make a decision, play a festival at 3 o'clock or play an important football match at 3 o'clock. So you can imagine how these decisions, yeah, they're tough for your, like, you never know what's gonna happen like 10 years after, but I'm really happy I made the decision to, I said to my mom, like, I just wanna do something that I really go 100%, and this is, yeah, it doesn't feel like work for me. Like, I was all-round player, but my favorite position was center back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I'm a small guy, but I had a vision, and yeah. So basically, me and Djoko made an edit of the What You Want track, the A side. And the funny thing was, we put it up for free download. So then Enrico noticed this, and he emailed me and said, hey, guys, let's do something with this, you know? And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, why not? So we turned it offline, and then, yeah. He said, hey, let's release it, but I want you guys to do another remix. So me and Djoko, we were in the studio at the same time, and we wanted to do a remix of the Inside of You as well, like an edit. But we never get to do it. But then when Enrico asked us, it was like perfect opportunity to do a remix for the Inside of You. So that's how it came together. So coincidence that he drops in here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to do.
Good one. With some artists, I do it by email. Like if you don't live next to each other. Like for example, I was in the studio with Toma last week. We made 3 tracks, so I'm gonna play them tonight to test out for the first time. So that's good. But we are like in the studio, Ableton. We use his DAW. So then I'm basically on his how's it called, the Ableton Push, and then he's on the keys. So we work like,
brilliant.
Yeah. My go-to plugins are basically Diva. I like Diva for the pads and the chords. And you know what it is? Like, it's all about processing. Yeah. Like, people always ask me like, how do you make chords and how do you make this and that? But it's just, if you find the right sound and you like how it sounds and you make it your own, and you can use a sample old sample, new sample, or you play it from a VST. But if you make it sound different, that's the most important thing. Like, yeah, you can use whatever you want. You can use a Juno 106 hardware piece, throw it in your DAW, and it sounds amazing. But it's all about your own ears. Like, even you know, like, a sound for you doesn't sound the same for me. I have a studio not at home. It's a 1-minute walk actually. Like every morning I have a routine. I wake up at like 8. My girlfriend goes to work and I go to the studio. I make a 9 to 6. So I basically treat it as a job, but it doesn't feel like it. So that's the difference for me. I can just do what I like. I listen to demos. Every day we get lots of demos on the, for our PIF label. So that's good. I get inspiration from it, and I like to meet new talents and give them advice or start a new EP with them. You know, like, hey, you want to work on this, and you know, it's a good thing that we can like do what we like to do. Like, I'm really grateful that I can do it. Yeah, it definitely changed my music production, because 5 years ago I was the warm-up DJ for all the DJs, and now I'm playing more prime time, closing, festivals, big crowds, so you have to adapt to that. And yeah, I mean, when you play like a more BPM kind of set, like higher in the BPM on a festival, and you come back on Monday, you're still in the same vibe, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think it's normal you progress in the same way like you play. So luck, it's luck. Yeah, it's luck. It's whatever, man. A sample pack and you find the right key, and it's a luck. So yeah, sometimes you just find the right pack. And for example, the Evening Drive one, I had the track completely finished. It felt a bit empty at some point. So I was looking for, I think, a male vocal. And I first had a female vocal, but then after 2 days I wasn't feeling it. And then I changed it. And then I think in 10 minutes after 2 days, I found the right vocal. And then I sent it to Prunk, and he said, oh, this is good, but I didn't really feel it. But he said, yeah, you should release it. And then it was my first #1 on Beatport last October. So I think if you want to be a DJ, be clear in your mind. If you know what you want, you can achieve it. Like, if you think about this, it sounds simple, but if you think you can succeed as a person to be a DJ, you can. But it's all about how much do you want to be it, if you know what I mean. And like, the change for me was when I saw the reaction of people that were listening to my music or playing it or appreciating it. This gave me a lot of energy, and you know, I'm always observing, like Mood to Swing is playing, and I'm observing how he's playing with the crowd, interaction, all these things. I take them with me, and it's like you put them in your bag, for example, and you take them with you like wherever you go. And I feel like make hours. Like when you start driving a car, at first you cannot drive. So this is important, and have patience. And I think when you believe in yourself and you just start at the bottom, like if you want to be at the top from the start, it's not the way to go. That's what I think. Like I released on small labels, and you keep growing, and just be patient and find your, find your own sound. That's important. Like, believe in your own stuff. What I tell to people is, some people say to me, yeah, do you like it? But what's more important, when you make a track and you create a certain sound, and you, at this right moment, you feel, wow, I've got something new, and you feel it at that moment, you don't have to ask anyone else their opinion. If it's like negative, it can turn negative on you. But always try to find a positive way in some feedback. Like sometimes I try to give feedback to an upcoming artist, and I just say to them, try to do this, try to do that, but just do it in your own way. And then at some point I've got a few artists that have this development over the years, and they came back, and I was like, okay, you really made me think now, man, you're on the level now. So yeah, it's good to see progress with new artists. Like when you're a label manager like myself for the Piff label, it's important to find new, refreshing artists.
Five in the morning, that's Fabric done. The energy was electric from start to finish. Time for us to head back up north. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.